Hello and welcome back to my Start again. Hello and welcome back to Writerly Witterings with me, Michael Jex, the tea drinking author who's got no drink at all today. It's miserable, but never mind, I can cope. Today, a very quick update on a few things. So we've got quite a number of pens to talk about. We have. Let's start with the ridiculous and go from there to the sublime. So the ridiculous is, thank you Chris Curtis, this is a 0.2mm Platinum Preppy, and it was sent to me by a very nice chap, Chris, who saw I was getting back into sketching, and so he sent me some sketchbooks. And he included this in it as well, the Platinum Preppy with the 2mm nib and a whole number of carbon black platinum ink cartridges, which are really quite astonishing. The reason why is I love doing watercolours. I haven't had a chance to do any recently because I've been finishing editing my next book, which is called Death Comes in Threes, in case you're interested. And that's going to be out later this year, and it's got in the way of doing much in the way of pens. This, however, is just lovely. It's got very good flowing nib. The black ink from it is stunning, very, very effective, and utterly bulletproof. You can spill a whole cup of coffee on it and you still won't get it to dissolve even slightly, so it's absolutely perfect for watercolouring. I can do my sketches with this, and as soon as I'm done, put a wash of watercolour over the top and it won't go anywhere. It's brilliant. But what else have I been using a lot? Well, this is a very, very cheap pen. Let's move up a bit to the 20 to 30 pounds. This is a TWSBI Swipe. Now I love this because it has got a very nice, exceedingly fine nib. Don't know how much you can see there, but it is an exceptionally good nib. What I really like is it's a bit like the Go. When you want to fill it, you just press down on the plunger, it goes to the bottom, dip it in some ink, release the plunger, and it sucks all of this rather large reservoir full of ink. So quick, so easy, and so efficient. I really like writing with it. It's got a gloriously smooth stainless steel nib. I should just apologise, I've just come back from walking the dogs and the Bernese Mountain Dog puppy is currently panting like a lunatic at on my feet, has to be said. Yeah, these are light. They've got the sort of looks that some people adore and some people absolutely detest. I'm just not bothered by it really. It has a ridiculously tight clip. Now I've heard from other people who do reviews that these clips are prone to snapping the top of the cap where they're fixed. They are adequate for sticking in a shirt pocket, but any material fatter than that, I really think it would suffer from. You'd probably snap the clip off. But that's the only downside to this pen. I think they're really efficient. TWSBI are thoroughly reliable, as you know, and for the money, which is I think under £30 currently, still a very good value pen. Rather better value than this one, which is nearer the 80 quid. It's a Bastion, as you can see there. And yes, it's 80 odd pounds, but it is frankly glorious. It has a slightly matte finish to it. It's just got a rounded top and bottom. It's got this rather wonderful clip that will not come off anything you put it on. And also you can remove the clip if you so desire, which sometimes I do like. I occasionally like to have a pen that hasn't got a clip, like my TWSBI Go's, for example. But be that as it may, it is one of those pens that is beautifully machined. It's got a nice stainless steel nib, as you can see there. It has a simple cartridge converter system inside. So just take the system off. There's the cartridge converter, currently filled with Scabiosa from Rohrer und Klingner. And what I really, really like about this pen is, yes, it feels good. Yes, it's nice in the hand. A little bit slippery going sideways, but it has got these nice rings machined in, so your fingers won't just slide straight down the bottom and onto the nib and get yourself all messy and inky. But what I really, really like is the fact that when you shut it all up, certainly with my eyesight, it's impossible to see the join. It looks like a solid block of metal. And I think that is really rather stunningly beautiful. Not the cheapest, but a gorgeous, gorgeous pen and a perfectly pleasant writing experience. But then I did say last week I was going to talk a bit more about this. This is the Conway Stewart Brunel limited edition, and you just feel the quality as soon as you pick it up, which is fair enough because it costs considerably more than all of the other pens put together and multiplied several times. It has the Great Western Railway logo there on the top of the cap, and the cap is designed to look like the funnel from a Great Western Railway train. It has lots of gold, 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 all over, 9 carat, and it has a glorious gold nib which just feels wonderful to write with. And the nib, of course, has got the GWR logo on it, if I can get it to catch the sunlight. Not particularly well, but you know, I do my best with the limited resources I've got. So it's got GWR on the nib, it's got GWR on the top of the cap, it has the Conway Stewart logo here, and it says Isambard Kingdom Brunel, and Brunel's signature, as well as having, because it is a limited edition, it's got the edition number on the top. So this says 18 out of 231. But the great thing is it's got a lovely balance to it, it's got a lovely feel, and I must admit this green acrylic, which is designed to match the colour of the Great Western Railway, I think it looks stunning. I really do. It looks good, it feels good. I keep leaving the lid resting vertically like that on my desk, and then when I want to have a break from writing I just leave the cap in it, because with this nice flat top it's very easy and it balances perfectly. I like the fact that the screw thread only requires about a 1/3 turn and it's capped and it's in place or not. This will post. I should have said the Bastion does not post, which is not a concern for me because I hate posting pens. I'm always terrified if I post a pen that I'm going to scratch the back end here of the barrel of the pen I'm using. I must admit it doesn't bother me so much as a concept with one of these, because I'm just mean to these things. And it doesn't really matter if a very, very cheap pen gets damaged, does it? But when you get onto pens like this, that would be a real shame to damage it. I did say I'd show a few samples of writing. Yeah. On occasion, people complain about the quality of my writing. They say, "Well, you've got all those expensive pens and your writing's horrible." Yeah, well, tough. Deal with it. What I have done is I've been working on the next book, and so I've got lots and lots and lots of notes about things that I need to think about. But just as an example, here is a page of Kelly Green, Diamines Kelly Green, in that Conway Stewart. And it gives really nice shading. So you've got some very dark sections on the up and down strokes. But it is a glorious colour, and the colour just seems to suit the Conway Stewart Brunel pen perfectly. Main thing for me though is that it just looks and feels gorgeous. It is absolutely delightful. So I'm very grateful to Conway Stewart and the team for letting me borrow this briefly so I can do a review. And it will be winging its way back really very soon, unfortunately. But yes, if you're an avid collector of fountain pens, if you are also very interested in steam engines, this could be the ideal complement to your collection. On the other hand, if you're just someone who likes beautiful things in green, this could equally be a very useful main writing tool. And there you have that. Now, I've been asked a few questions about different things. One was about different stationery companies that are English, and I immediately thought of the Stamford Press, and I thought of Seawhite in Brighton. I'm going to have to start looking at different English-made notebooks again, I think, because I haven't done that for quite a while, and there are so many manufacturers appearing now that it's worthwhile having a look at them and giving them the old fountain pen test. So I'll be looking at various different types of notebook hopefully in the future. If you've got any suggestions, do please let me know, because it's good to know where I should be looking. And apart from that, now I am going to pack up a rucksack and I'm going to wander off with some friends, and we're walking up the first section of Offa's Dyke, which is the old boundary between England and Wales, and it was built in about the 870s, I think, by a huge number of poor devils with shovels who just spent years digging and building a ditch and rampart. But that's what people used to do in those days. They didn't have bulldozers, so they did it by hand. And it should be a brilliant week away, or 3 days away, because the views, if the weather is good, should be stunning. So if you're looking forward to having a chat with me on Thursday, my apologies, I won't be here. Just as I wasn't last week because I was in at a book signing, and I wasn't the week before because I was walking across Dartmoor. So as you can tell, I'm keeping fairly busy. So that's that really. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope it was fun. Do please let me know if you've got any questions or problems, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Cheers.